What if I told you that Toyota just built something so exclusive, so outrageously over-engineered, that it makes a Rolls-Royce Cullinan look like an Uber pool? And what if I told you that this beast comes with a private jet lounge in the back, an electric-only city mode so quiet you'll hear your own heartbeat, and a price tag that would make a Bentley blush? That car is real, and it's called the 2026 Toyota Century SUV. Welcome back to the Driven Analyst, the channel where we don't just review cars, we dissect them. If you're new here, we go deeper than the spec sheet. We talk performance, technology, ownership costs, real-world comparisons, and whether a vehicle is actually worth your money. Smash that subscribe button and let's get into it, because the Century SUV is unlike anything we've covered before. Let's start with what you see first, and trust me, you will see this thing. The 2026 Century SUV is massive. We're talking over 5.2 meters of boxy, upright, unapologetically commanding presence. And where every other luxury SUV is trying to look like a supersonic jet, Toyota went the opposite direction. And somehow it works even harder. The signature Phoenix emblem sits dead center where the Toyota badge would normally live. That's not a subtle flex. That's Toyota telling you this vehicle exists in a different universe from the rest of the lineup. The grille is wide, chrome-heavy, and flanked by intricate split LED headlights that draw comparisons to Genesis. But with an authority Genesis hasn't quite earned yet. Up to 7 exterior color options, including 5 two-tone combinations. The window surrounds and door handles are draped in chrome so fine it borders on jewelry. And that silhouette? Whispers of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, but with Japanese restraint. This isn't a car that shouts wealth, it radiates it. Now let's talk about what's under the hood, because this is where it gets genuinely interesting. The Century SUV runs a 3.5-liter V6 plug-in hybrid system paired with Toyota's E4 advanced all-wheel drive setup. Sitting on the TNGA-K platform, the same underpinnings that carry the Lexus TX and Grand Highlander. Combined system output, around 406 horsepower, but raw numbers miss the point entirely. Toyota didn't tune this powertrain for quarter-mile bragging rights. They tuned it for serenity. In city traffic, the Century runs on electric power alone, nearly silent, zero emissions, the kind of hush that makes passengers forget they're moving at all. On the highway, the V6 blends in so seamlessly you barely notice the handoff. And then there's the dynamic rear steering system. Rear wheels that physically turn to help this 5-meter-plus giant navigate tight, urban corners. At high speed to countersteer for stability. It's engineering that you feel without ever seeing. That is the Century philosophy in one feature. Forget everything you know about SUV interiors. Step into the rear cabin of the 2026 Century SUV and you are not in a car anymore. You are in a lounge. Fully reclining rear seats with massage functions. A refrigerator between the rear passengers. Individual touchscreens per seat. A privacy partition. Rear climate and ambient lighting controls at your fingertips. A 20-speaker premium audio system delivering concert-level sound. The materials? And selected premium leather, soft-touch surfaces, genuine wood and metal accents. Every single piece vetted and fitted by craftspeople, not machines. And the noise isolation? Toyota's acoustic engineers essentially vacuum-sealed the cabin. Wind noise, road roar, engine vibration, nearly zero. The technology suite includes Toyota's latest safety sense package, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, 360-degree cameras, and parking sensors. It's a safety net so comprehensive that the act of driving becomes almost secondary, which, for a chauffeur-spec vehicle, is entirely the point. So where does this Century SUV actually sit in the ultra-luxury landscape? Let's be straight. Its spiritual competitors are the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, the Bentley Bentayga, and the Mercedes-Maybach GLS. And here's the honest breakdown. In outright rear seat opulence, the Century trades blows with all three. The Cullinan has the brand cachet. The Bentayga has the driver engagement. The Maybach GLS has the badge recognition in Western markets, but none of them offer a plug-in hybrid system with real-world electric range. None of them are hand-polished to mirror finish as standard. And none of them carry Toyota's almost mythical reliability record. Where the Century falls short? Brand recognition outside Asia. If you pull up to a Beverly Hills hotel in a Cullinan, every valet knows what that is. Arrive in a Century? You'll get questions. That's changing, but slowly. The Century SUV is a vehicle that rewards knowledge, not insecurity. Here's where the Century SUV makes a genuinely compelling financial argument, relative to its competitors at least. The plug-in hybrid system means real-world fuel costs are dramatically lower than the V8 and W12 engines powering the Cullinan and Bentayga. In urban use, you could do entire weeks on electricity alone. Maintenance costs? Toyota's service network is the most extensive on the planet. Unlike a Rolls or Bentley, you're not dependent on a handful of specialist dealers. Toyota's engineering philosophy prioritizes longevity. The Century is built to be passed down, not traded in. Insurance will be premium, budget for it. But depreciation? This is where it really stands apart. The Century retains value extraordinarily well in its home market of Japan, and as global awareness grows, early buyers in Western markets may find themselves holding an appreciating asset rather than a depreciating one. Let's talk money. The Century SUV start from approximately 27 million yen. That's roughly $174,000 USD at current exchange rates. Fully spec, depending on configuration and market, you're looking at $180,000 to $200,000. For context, a base Rolls-Royce Cullinan starts north of $350,000. The Century is playing the long game. Extraordinary value for what you're getting. Availability is the real challenge. The Century SUV launches first in Japan, with production intentionally limited. Select global markets, including parts of Europe and the Middle East, are expected to receive limited allocations later in 2026. As for a full US rollout, Toyota hasn't officially confirmed anything yet, but global demand is loud and growing louder. Word is already circulating about a Century coupe on the horizon. A full Century sub-brand. If this SUV is any indication of what that future looks like, the luxury automotive world needs to start paying very close attention to Japan. So here's the bottom line. The 2026 to 27 Toyota Century SUV is not just a car. It's a philosophy on wheels, quiet confidence over loud showmanship, craftsmanship over mass production, serenity over speed. In a segment saturated with machines that scream for attention, the Century whispers. And somehow, that whisper carries farther than any shout. Is it perfect? No vehicle is. The brand recognition gap in Western markets is real. The limited availability will frustrate a lot of buyers. But for those who get one, for those who understand what they're sitting in, this is a landmark vehicle, a turning point. Proof that Toyota's ambitions go far beyond Corollas and Camrys. I want to hear from you. Which feature of the 2026 Century SUV caught your attention the most? The private jet rear cabin, the near-silent electric city mode, the mirror finish paint? Drop it in the comments, let's talk about it. And if you're serious about staying ahead of the curve on everything happening in the automotive world, every reveal, every deep dive, every expert breakdown, you need to be subscribed to the Driven Analyst. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a drop. We have more coming that you absolutely do not want to sleep on. Until next time, stay driven, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.